A snippet from Chapter 2 of The Dragon King Invites You to Tea by Anne Bernath. Marigold's Happiest Path. Marigold assembled the pot and teacups onto the tray and stood. A gust of wind rattled her garden gate. Loose leaves and purple petals from the crepe myrtle overhead rained down, covering the table and falling into the teacups. Marigold reached out to clear the cups of debris, but her hand hit the side of one of the cups instead and sent it hurtling toward the edge of the table. She stood and lunged for it, her foot catching on the table leg, and she fell onto the wet cobblestones of her garden path, the cup crashing and shattering into pieces beyond her reach. It had been in that moment, when she rose to her feet, wet, dirty, and disheveled, that the visions came. With brilliant, colorful clarity, unbidden and unsummoned, she saw a man with long black hair and violet eyes smiling at her, his gaze consuming hers with unreserved curiosity. Then, in what seemed to be the same instant, as if the same scene was replaying itself, instead of the man, she saw a monster, or a beast, or a creature that somehow was just as magnificent as it was frightening, reaching out to enclose her in its claw. She dragged to her knees again, this time landing hard enough that she knew she would bruise. She heard a screech coming from above. It didn't sound like a hawk's cry, or one made by any other bird of prey she recognized. Instead, the cry had been closer to a roar, not of anger or threat, but of surprise, or desperation, or anguish. But Marigold saw nothing in the cloudless sky. Of all the paths she had summoned and viewed for others, she had never seen her own, at least not clearly. Each scene had existed, and yet had nothing to show her, as if something was keeping the most probable path to happiness invisible to her. Yes, Marigold thought now, pulling back her curtains to greet the morning sunshine, yesterday had been a lovely day. It had also been extraordinary. The Dragon King Invites You to Tea is available on Amazon. Check back for more snippets from this title and other Anne Bernath works.